What up, though? I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG and Facebook. This is a new episode of Dear Black Gay Men Live. It's our short, bullshit-free step out of our comfort zone to talk about everything important in Black gay culture. Today, had to wait. This episode, I'm going to be joined by one person who I could never have sex with and another who I've had lots of sex with. This is Husband Dick Explained. I don't know what happened there. All right, let's get into the episode. A long time ago, I went through a season where I was constantly asking everybody around me, who gonna check me? Well, my first guest is legitimately one of the only people who actually can check me. He has flown across the country to help me pick up the pieces after Joe dumped me. He is my bottom bitch, the ultimate Kiki, and the person who taught me what actual friendship looks like. Please welcome my first guest, my best friend, my sister, Maquan. Hey, sis.
Hey, how's it going?
So, hey, friend. So before we had the live and you were all in the chat on Instagram talking about husband dick can be toxic. Why?
Yes. Husband dick during a hookup can be toxic. Let's just be clear. Because husband dick is, for clarity, husband dick is not about size. Husband dick is about an experience. And everybody shouldn't get a level of experience for you if it's just a hookup. And that's just my personal feeling. If they're just a hookup, they get hookup dick. That's just my opinion.
And so, like, go ahead.
So, like, I'm just like, why give someone, because husband dick comes with a level of intimacy. So why give someone that level of intimacy and they ain't earned it? Like, that's a husband dick is something you earn, not something that's just given just because the sky is blue or because you decided to get erect.
But sex is intimate, girl. Sex is intimate, though.
Sex is intimate, I agree, but I differentiate sex with hookups are different. A hookup is all about me pleasing myself because all I'm worried about is me getting mine. Period. Now, sex to me is like sex to me. I mean, hookup just alludes to we coming to get what we came here for. That's what it alludes to me. Hookup is all it's about is getting mine.
Okay, that's so this comment says. This comment, I think I know who this is, but it says, what if all you know how to do is give husband dick? What then?
Well, baby, I need you to have some variety. No, you're not toxic. I just need you to have some variety. I just need you to learn the skills.
But why though? Why would? Because it feels like you're saying I'm an A student and you need to learn how to be a C student because we just gonna get by.
Why is anything less than husband dick got to be a C?
Because if the vibe is vibing, why not just let it be the best it can be?
Why, if the vibe is vibing, it just can't be good hookup sex? To me, again,
what is that?
Good hookup sex is you can tell there's a chemistry because there's a difference. In my opinion, there's a difference between intimacy and chemistry. It's just like you can be sexually attracted to someone, but you would never date them. It's kind of like that type of scenario for me. So you can have great chemistry with someone and you're paying attention in tune to what their body is and you're being observant, you understanding what's going on with their body, how their body's reacting to certain strokes, different positions, that type of thing. But husband dick is more, in my opinion, husband dick, I'm going to make sure I'm very clear because I know everybody's definition, because I saw some stuff about husband dick about being a certain size, and it's not about a size. Husband dick is about an experience. Husband dick is experience and it comes with expectations. Like, how dare you give me husband dick and then I don't hear from you for 4 weeks? Have you lost your mind?
But is the problem in that? But isn't the problem in that my dick, or is the problem your expectations?
I don't like that question, but I'm gonna answer it. I mean, it could be honestly, it could be a mixture of both. That's why I never go into a hookup with if it's husband dick. I'm sitting there left looking like, damn, when I'm gonna get this again. And that
Exactly. Now
sometimes
this comment, hold on. Hold on. This comment says, it says, now friend, I want you to always leave me and feel like I want to make him eggs. It's always giving husband dick. So is that toxic to give husband dick without husband follow up?
yes, yes. You can't give husband dick without husband dick follow up. Like that, husband dick comes with a certain level of expectations. Not necessarily meaning that my emotions or feeling or you got to be my boyfriend after giving husband dick. It's just there's certain level of expectations that come with having husband dick, and I just think husband dick is not the place for a hookup.
But
I don't know.
again, it sounds like you saying that you, the bottom, are at the whims of whatever the dick gonna do. Like you don't have a choice in the matter. That ain't what you're saying, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because let's be very clear. Bottom is always in control. Because at any moment they can decide, you do. So I just, again, it's I hear what you're saying, but it's more so about the fact that husband dick just comes with certain level of expectations, because there's a difference between husband dick is not just about someone's size. So I just want to make sure that it's understood that husband dick is an experience. It is an experience that you're going to, and it comes with expectations. I don't know what
it sounds like you saying, okay, it sounds like you saying though that you're just going to have these expectations no matter what I do. Is if I fuck you good, you gonna get some expectations, and now I got to deal with the consequences of that. Is that what you're saying?
That's just very one sided. You just can't, because that's how dare you just give husband.
Hold on. We gotta take a break. When we come back, we gonna continue this, and we're gonna be joined by one of my exes to see if I'm giving husband dick. We'll be right back.
Clap your hands for this amazing opportunity to gather together.
It's almost here.
I Elevate National Conference. We are calling together innovators, creators, creatives, leaders, activists, advocates, disruptors.
A weekend of events, celebration, and fellowship. This is an event you don't want to miss.
July 12th through the 16th.
Visit ielevate.org to register. Welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men Live. Before I get to my little script, let me show you this comment. This says, so are you giving basic bitch, but I'm so confused. Babe, when I tell you that shit, that made me cackle. That made me absolutely cackle. But back to the conversation. So this whole conversation started because I had an episode of Dear Black Gay Men podcast where I said my dick needs more 5-star reviews. It was episode 25. Here's a little bit of what I said. Check this out. And I'm certain that somebody out there has heard somebody tout their sexual prowess, their sexual abilities. And the reason why their claim to fame is, I ain't got no complaints. As many times as I heard somebody compliment themselves because they haven't gotten complaints, I have never once heard, well, I took a survey, I took a poll, I have a page on Yelp, I've collected reviews. So the team thought it'd be good for me to gather some reviews of my dick game, since I talked about niggas who think they dick is good because they ain't got no complaints. So I'm here with my best friend, Maquan. For the first time, I'm doing probably the most un-Virgo thing ever, and I'm going to relinquish control. We're joined by one of the people that I dated in Atlanta, one of the first people I dated. Maquan doesn't know much about this person, but Maquan knows everything about me. So I am nervous about what this conversation is about to give. Our guest is, he does the freshest tats and rolls the tightest blunts in Atlanta. Please welcome Brando.
Hey, what's up? My guest.
Ooh, you nervous?
I heard that.
Don't be nervous. So Brando, tell me, So, Brandon, what made you decide? Brando, what made you decide to join this conversation and have this topic, talk about this topic that's really vulnerable that not most
I'm
people want to talk
vulnerable
about?
for who? For me?
A lot of
Or
people.
for him? It was just interesting because we have this conversation, pillow talking type vibes about what is it that's necessary to make it work. And I think it's just interesting his logic, and I support it. And I reap the benefits. So hey,
Come
I'm
on,
here to teach the
benefits.
girls.
Come on, benefits. Okay, so let me ask you a very direct question. So, do you feel like Jay provided husband dick?
Yes, very much so. Yes, without no questions asked. No.
Okay, so did that change after receiving this husband dick? Did that change your level of expectations or the situation?
See, I don't want to give him too much because I think it also had to do with.
Come on,
It
you know
also,
what you was coming out here for.
it also depends on, it depends on where they fall asleep at, and it's comfortable. It's very comfortable. But it always got better. It always the first time, I guess gotta go into the
Let me take my
details of
glasses
how
off.
that first.
Yes, I'm about to pull this one.
So we were talking for a good little minute, like
Okay.
text message wise, and then one good late night, I remember very vividly. It was a text: "Come to my house with no clothes on." Yes, guys. I'm a wild card. I'm with the shit. Always with the shit.
Okay.
And a bad bitch did what a bad bitch had to do. Showed up at the door, knock, knock, knock.
Oh
Okay.
God, that was a good night.
Because I think I answered the call with how he wanted, because I'm big into submissive and dominant energy. I tend to be a little more of an obedient, submissive type person. So I was nervous. I didn't want I was like, bitch, I'm about to be walking out in public with no clothes on. Like, girl, you got me fucked up. Like, are you crazy? But I was like, but I wanted it. I wanted to see what it was hitting for. So I was like, let me meet him where he's at and then see what it's on. And baby.
Okay, but did it? But after this husband dick experience, because we made that clear that you received that experience from Jay. So my question, but did it change your expectations on what you thought prior to? Prior to you, I'm sure you had some expectations, or you had some thought. You went in just completely.
There was no expectations for me. It was real on a hookup vibe. Like, it is what it is. What comes from it comes from it. You have fun. I have fun. Boom, 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 boom. It's just the combination of like intimacy and like realizing like, yo, this is really fun. I enjoy it here. I mean, come on now.
Yes, but for clarity, you said it was giving hookup. But so my question is, after it was giving hookup, after experiencing husband dick, did your expectations change?
I knew he wasn't my man. He's not my boyfriend.
Girl, you beat a dead horse, girl. He done answered that fucking question.
Okay, maybe I'm just built different. maybe I'm just built a little different, and that's okay.
You gotta walk.
Okay, I got a question then.
Okay,
I got a question. So, was it husband dick because of like size? Was it the vibe? Like, what made it go into the husband dick space?
Girl, that was very specific.
Because I've heard that husband dick is like a size of dick. I've heard that husband dick is about intimacy. I've heard people describe husband dick in 1,000 different ways. How do you describe it, Brando?
I think what made me want it is because he's very intuitive. Like, he wants to have control of the experience, but he understands the only way he can control the experience is that he needs to understand the partner. And he does a really good job of doing that.
Okay. What would you consider? Do you feel like y'all were after this hookup or after experiencing husband dick? Do you think this elevated or changed things to friends with benefits? Were you still just friends with benefits? Did this change
it elevated
into
because I was over the house coming over a lot more often, Dad.
Yes, he was. Hold on. This comment says as a top with husband dick, I should be on. Next time, friend. Next time. I think I know who that is. It says Facebook user, but I think I know who it is. Next time.
Okay. So what as Jay was asking, so we talked about size and experience. So for you, husband dick is more so about the experience and how you were made to feel. It has nothing to do with size for you.
No. Because I could have a whole 10-inch and walk away feeling like a washed up towel.
Which is not a bad thing all the time.
I just want to be a washed up towel.
Yes.
If you want to be a washed up towel.
If you want to be, correct. I understand that piece. I guess where I'm trying to understand is that husband dick that seems like it doesn't phase you. No expectations came. Like nothing happened. Like husband dick was like going to 7-Eleven and getting a Slurpee for you.
I guess because I might be one of those type of bottoms that have, I knew I was blessed with the good, the ill nana. So I always knew anybody who was gonna have an experience with me was gonna enjoy the experience they had. And
I bottom like a top. Baby, if that was the new slogan for someone bottom like a top, baby, because you made me seem really emotional. Baby, you got some stuff you could teach me because I don't understand how. And again,
I'm really good. Like I always say, like in a hookup, whoever gets dressed, whoever is still the first one dressed, the last one dressed is the hump.
You always the first one dressed, girl.
Oh,
always.
I am in a hookup. In a hookup, yes.
Hold on. This comment from Cortez says, husband dick is a level of care or TLC provided to the bottom during a sexual exchange, in my opinion. Thoughts on that before we go to break?
I do think that a husband dick always has the bottom in mind. A husband dick means the bottom is in mind. You're putting the bottom first. Because husband dick means husband is someone who cares for you, who want to make sure you're provided and taken care of. That is what husband dick is. So if we're just a hookup, I'd rather you just treat me like a hookup. Don't give me no husband dick because I feel provided for. So I'm going to be provided for again. Me.
I understand that expectation. I really do. I do. I hear you. I see you. We see each other. I think that's the issue. I can step out of like my emotions because they're like, I tend to be more of a top when it comes to like my sexual experiences, especially at that time. Now I don't even really be giving it up like that because it's like I know what I'm giving, and you can't treat me. You're not gonna treat me like a flashlight. You could have used your hand. I'd have to be over here.
Yeah.
So you have to step up to the plate. Don't invite me over here if you're not gonna show up to work. Because I always show up to work.
But don't give me tenure dick. Like if we're using work as a reference, don't give me tenure 9 years of experience dick on a hookup because I'm gonna want 9 years of commitment because that's how you got commitment. You can't. And for me. So now I'm learning. Obviously, don't bottom like a top. I honestly don't. Because
I'd rather you pull out all the stops for the one time so I can walk away fully like, damn, that shit was good.
But to be clear, all the stops don't mean husband dick. All the stops don't mean husband's dick. Because you can be gutted and not get husband dick.
No, it does. It does though, because that means he drove the car, followed the directions, and
baby, we talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with husband dick. Him driving you ain't got nothing to do with husband dick. Him driving you ain't got nothing to do.
That was
Okay, that's where you lost me. I'm trying to be there for you, Brandon, because I got you. I see you. We here, but the drive. I'm talking about straight on intimacy. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
the intimacy.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry. We got to commercial.
We got to go to break. When we come back, the conversation continues after the break. I'm going to find out why Brando thinks we ended. We'll be right back.
Girl.
What up, though? What up, though? The conversations stay lit on Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Hookup, entanglement, situation, relationship, everything from dushing to dating. A top verb, but I am not a top noun. I am a guru at first dates. It's new every Wednesday. Subscribe now. Hey everybody, welcome back to Dear Black Gay Men podcast. Dear Black Gay Men live. The wine is hitting. The easiest way to support the channel is to subscribe to Dear Black Gay Men on YouTube. If you're already subscribed, type subscribe in the chat box so I can see who's rocking with the show. If you're not, go to youtube.com/@Dear Black Gay Men to subscribe. That's youtube.com/@Dear Black Gay Men, and then type subscribe in the chat box so I can see who's rocking with the show. Now, let's get back into it. So let me come through here real quick because I want to be clear about a couple things. What it sounds like you're saying, both of you, because I am outnumbered by the bottoms.
Tried it.
But what it sounds like y'all are saying is husband dick is less about the size and it's more about the vibe. My question for both of you is, do you prefer the level of care that it takes to give husband dick, or is that something that you would rather do without in a hookup? Maquan?
In a hookup, I want you to provide a certain level of care, because you just can't ram up at me like you crazy. That's not what we doing, okay? No. So there's a certain level of care that I want you to provide, but when it comes to husband dick, I just want you to be. I want people to understand that you got to be cautious with husband dick. You can't give husband dick to everyone, because I feel like husband dick is your showstopper. Now you can give good. Husband dick is your showstopper because it's titled husband dick. Husband dick is something that belongs to one person because it's a husband. Well, again, I believe in, so I know some people believe in, polyamory and all that jazz. Okay. So I realized after I said that, I can understand it. But I feel like, I know we've been turned off, but I feel like it's exclusive. In my opinion, husband dick is just not something you just give to everyone, any and everyone. Like, there's a difference between just fucking good sex and husband dick. There's a total difference in between the two.
Okay. Before I respond to that, Brando, you can chime in.
I do agree with you. I was just thinking of just flashbacks of like, it's a lot. It really is that I don't expect it. I don't go into like hookups expecting anything, because sometimes when you do have expectations, a lot of times you can be disappointed. And so I go into every situation kind of like, it is what it is. If I walk away not like, feeling like a piece of Kleenex, then Kleenex. But if I come out of it feeling like, a satin sheet.
It's a satin sheet for me.
Wait a minute. Help me understand this. Because it sounds like you're saying, Brando, that you either walk away feeling like I'm important because he valued me, or I'm not important because he used me. Are those really the only two gauges of
To be
sex,
honest,
like,
with the girls,
or is that a
it's really
fetish? Because a
giving
lot of people fetishize that too. So, like, help me understand why is it these extremes?
Because it's either one Michael Uchiwali. So it can't is I can be every woman like Whitney, but the situation can't be. So that's how I see it. So you kind of have to have discernment, and you kind of know when it's we about to get into some shit, and then you know when you're not. You like you can tell off top when you know how it starts to lead off, and then you know like we about to get into we about to have. And then you know that, but you know off top how it starts. Sometimes you have you have those dark horses that sometimes how it starts is not how it ends. So that's how I see it.
Okay, now both of you have on one level or another communicated that husband dick is like the upper echelon of dick.
Not all the time.
But it takes a level of vulnerability to receive that.
I accept that. I can agree with that later statement.
It takes a level of vulnerability to receive that. So my question for both of you is, are you as a receptive partner open to that vulnerability? Is that like your default state, or are you shut down to that and husband dick kind of beats through it?
Brando, you want to go first?
Oh, child.
You want to go first? I'll let you go first.
I know for me, sex is my sport. If it was in the Olympics, I'd be a gold medalist. But where I fault is that like that level of attention that I can, especially at the time, I can provide to it. Outside, I treat you like a nigga. I'm bad like that. I don't treat you like a boyfriend. And I'm working on that. Because I could give you one thing and you feel like husband, and then the next, when we're out in public, it's giving real homeboy.
Okay.
But I don't think anybody is assuming that husband dick translates to husband situations.
But remember we talked about expectations. If I get a really awesome cat, you're gonna be like, damn, why you not texting me back? Why are you busy all the time?
I said that shit to you.
Oh, that's okay. I'm sorry, brother. I gotta chime in. That's the problem I'm giving.
I said that shit to you, motherfucker.
I think that's why I'm chiming in.
Too personal. Go ahead.
Thank you. I feel like I know I'm not offering you up. No, what I'm offering you is top tier. I'm not giving you no random dollar store type feel. So the level of vulnerability for me. So hookups. I'm gonna be honest. Hookups. I only think about myself. I don't care if you're satisfied or not. I only think about myself. That makes me selfish, and I think that's why you say I bottom like a top, because I only think about myself when I'm going into a hookup. Now, if the chemistry is there and the stroke is right, I can change my mindset mid-stroke. I can change my mind frame mid-stroke. Like the stroke start changing and turn into husband dick. I'm like, okay, so I need to make sure this is right. I need to make sure this is definitely going to be you coming back for another turn. Like, I'm not just thinking about making sure that I get my orgasm or I get mine. I'm going to make sure that you get yours as well. Because in my mind, a hookup is solely you serving a fucking purpose. We ain't got time for all the other jazz. Serve your purpose. You're here to make me orgasm. You're here to make me say, I'm glad I messaged you in the first place. That is what a hookup is for me. Now, like I said, if it changes, but it's a level of vulnerability because, like I said, you start stroking me right, immediately in my head, I'm like, so I got to make sure I'm available next on this cup coming Saturday so I can get this again.
Like, what you want to eat?
And that's why
is that why husband dick gets toxic? Is that why husband dick? Because it elicits a level of vulnerability in you that they may not be able to follow up on.
Yes, and that's all I'm saying. Husband dick is addictive.
Because what I'm hearing both of you say is what I'm hearing both of you say is you approach a hookup as a nigga, like a man, regardless of position. But if they do something or give you a vibe that says that they might be able to handle more than nigga shit, you get leery on whether or not you want to be that vulnerable because you don't know what's going to come after this hookup. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah,
you don't know if they're gonna call you they text you the next day. You don't know if you're gonna get it again. You don't like. There's too many variables. Too many.
Yes.
Many. Ain't no music for this one, but there's too many. You know,
working
question marks.
There we go.
The working part, because I honestly think tops control the vibe.
No, they don't.
I think tops control the vibe and bottoms control whether the vibe even occurs. So we have to allow time for the vibe to take place. Once I'm giving you permission to give me a vibe, you step up and you take the vibe. Now you get to determine what type of vibe it is, but be cautious on what vibe you give me, because if the vibe is right, I'm gonna want to experience this vibe again. Just like you go to a club and the vibe is right, or the DJ playing the right mix. I bet you go look for that DJ. I bet you do. I bet you look for that DJ to see where they're gonna be.
That's a good fucking point.
I bet you're gonna go look for it.
I'll give you so that that's why I say
I just think that the top controls the vibe and can put a bottom at peace. Because there's been 10 times I've been intense in the hook. I'm like, I don't know if I really need to do this. I need my nut. But a top comes over. I'm like, oh, you came over here for a purpose. You knew what you was gonna do. You came over here for a job. You finna get it done.
You know, hold on. There's this meme on TikTok that be like, I understood the assignment. Did the assigner of the assignment understand who they was assigning the assignment to? That's what I've been feeling this whole time. When we hook up, if I slide in your DMs, I understand the fucking assignment. Do you, the assigner, understand who you was assigning this fucking assignment to?
Come on, assigner.
That's what I'm getting is y'all are saying you acknowledge top understand the assignment, but y'all going through all these changes because it feels like y'all don't understand who you assigning the assignment to.
I mean,
you don't. You don't.
That's
you really don't. You really don't.
You have no idea.
It's really like it's a bento box from your face. It's like you really, when you open it up, you don't really know what is all in there. And you might have things you like, you might have things you don't like, but sometimes the bento box is really just hitting. And you know, that's the one you order again.
Okay, hold on. This one said, one comment from Cortez says, I'm with you when you're right, Pastor. I don't know if that was me, Maquan, or Brando. But
could you specify?
This one says, but that's not the top's fault. You need to control your emotions.
But that's not for me.
I mean, can I respond to that? Please let me respond.
Yes. And then we got to go to break.
You can't give, like, to tell someone, to say you need to control your emotions, you need to control your actions. You have to be responsible for how your actions make other people feel. I'm not saying you got to agree with them, but acknowledge that your actions can cause someone to feel in a certain state. So if you're saying be responsible for your own emotions, you be responsible for your actions and make sure you don't put me on emotions. Because we talking about hookups. We talking about husband dick on hookups. So a hookup is what a hookup is. We hooked up. We ain't dating. We hooking up. So if you want me to control my emotions, control your actions.
Hold on. Because that really resonated with me.
Okay.
Because we started out talking about husband dick, but I absolutely hear you when you say what I did not hear earlier, what did not resonate with me, and I'm not trying to speak on behalf of tops, but on this panel, I'm more top heavy. And what I hear you say is husband dick. While it is important for a bottom or a receptive partner to manage his or her emotions, husband dick creates an atmosphere where emotions start to swirl. And I have to take responsibility for that. Yes. I ain't say you gotta agree with my emotions, I feel, but acknowledge that they exist and that you caused them.
Growth.
I get that. I get that. See, that's why I'm the host. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Hit the notification bell because we're going live.
Like that's the least of my worries. The size.
Oh, I think relationships are becoming more complex.
Tuesday and Thursday every week. Welcome to Dear Black Gay Men Live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe at youtube.com/Dear Black Gay Men. Every week, we are here for a good time, not a long time. So I want to thank my guests, Brando and Maquan, for joining me. If you're interested in new ink, because I'm about to get new tattoos, I'm actually going to get them this time. I've been talking about getting them for a while, but I'm actually going to book a session. If you're interested in some new ink, check out Brando on Instagram. The link to all his tattoo work is in the description. I moved to Atlanta 7 years ago with no job, 3 boxes of my belongings, a 12-year-old min pen named Shane, and $800 to my name. I didn't think much of myself at the time because at the time, I didn't have much to myself. I didn't have many belongings. Since then, one person, one individual who has truly known me has constantly reminded me of exactly who I am. When Joe dumped me, as we have heard on the podcast, it rocked me to my core. It changed my sense of self. And I called my good Judy Maquan, and she said, and I quote, "You are J motherfucking McCoha. So get your shit together and I'll be there on Friday." Every time I want to do some bald-headed hoe shit, she's the first one to co-sign on my toxicity, as long as I'm not hurting anybody. And when I said I wanted to start a podcast, she was the first person to subscribe and one of the first orders when the merch dropped. Actual friends will let you be slutty and toxic within reason. They'll encourage you and stick to something, encourage you to stick to something or someone when it serves you. And they'll be the one to help you pack up your shit and leave when that someone or something doesn't serve you anymore. Because that's what friends do. They remind you of who the fuck you are. So normally I say Dear Black Gay Man, but I will say this one. So Maquan, my sister, thank you for being a friend.
Thank you.
That was our show. I am Jay the Gentleman. That's at JAI the Gentleman on IG and Facebook. If this episode made you feel a little more dope, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, like the video, and share it with someone who needs a dopeness reminder. Dear Black Gay Man podcast is new every Wednesday. You can stream it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And Dear Black Gay Men Live goes live on Thursdays on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern. So follow at Dear Black Gay Men on social so you never miss a thing. I am Jay the Gentleman. This has been Dear Black Gay Men Live, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.